Mic check, 1, 2. Let me wake up. Let me wake up, people. If you've been following me off at the last couple of reactions, if you're in the Patreon, you'll realise I've not had water. They cut the water off for a minute, but water has resumed protocol. And we now have water again. So I was able to... I was able to go to the toilet, people. Can you imagine it? Instead of going all the way to the gym, I was able to have a very comfortable stand-up piss, and I hope you all enjoy that. I hope I can have a round of applause across the world for that one. Not only that, but I was able to wash my hands afterwards as well. Can you believe it? Round of applause, everyone. Basic human rights. I have been without for 3 days, with no explanation, no reason, no warning. Although the nearby car park, underground car park, you should have seen it. So when my water went off, I thought, oh shit, have I blocked something up? Like, have I fucked this up? And then I went for a little bit of mooch, and this was early in the morning. Early in the morning, like early in the morning, because I don't work by these normies time frame, people. I'm grafting, I'm building, I'm creating, and it's like flipping 3:30, 4 in the morning. And I pop downstairs outside. Nearby car park, see what's going on, bruh. Teslas, Audis, don't matter what you're driving, mate. You've got about this much water that it's flooding, just pissing it down from the pipes. Something's burst, something to do with the boiler, some shit's happened. Not to do with me. And in the car park, because it goes down, like there's a slope onto a different level, and it elevated like more or less to the underside of these cars. Like at least half of the tires were concealed, submerged underwater. Nobody else was there, you know. I don't know if I was the first to clock onto this, but let me tell you what, wasn't my problem. Told no one. Took a video of it. I thought, fuck that. A bit of entertainment. Send my friends. I don't give a fuck. Right, let's keep on going. Digger. Right, who the hell a Digger? What the hell is the album Powerbait? It's been recommended on the Patreon by my good friend Marcus. He also says, my brother, I gotta throw you a compilation record as well. And I said, don't you worry about it. You throw me that compilation record, we'll get through it. But here we are. We're starting off with Digger. Brief songs. It's gonna be punk rock adjacent music, isn't it? But to what degree? There's a brief reference of ska music in our engagement, but I don't know if that was referring to this one in particular. I apologise if I missed the point there, Marcus, but I'm going to find out very soon. I do have attention deficit difficulties, so from song to song, you'll see me come back in a different t-shirt. You'll see me with a complete beard from track to track in relation to what I once had, because sometimes I've just got to press pause, get up, go for a walk, because my attention's just nonsense. But with that being said, we're going to kick it off with Digger. I think I've given you a long enough introduction for you on the YouTube to enjoy this as a video on its whole. Welcome to my life, people. And when everyone comments, say, well, everyone doesn't comment, and I don't want to spur this on, but some people say, oh, just play the music, man. Well, it's like, if you want the music, how about you just search for the song, you knobhead? You ever think about that? This is a title track. Digger by Digger on the album Powerbait. We've got 14 tunes on this. This goes out to Marcus. One love, my brother. Let's go. Little introduction,
So, in terms of
which no doubt goes into Boy Toy Days. We're expecting punk rock. We're expecting punk rock. I doubt we've got ska in this. This sounds like a punk rock band. I just want to make a comment on here. Someone says, I don't know if these guys are around anymore. This CD, actually back in the late 90s, when was this put out? Late 90s? Ugh. Oh, did you see that? Breaking news. Trump, South Africa president have shocking argument about white farmer death claims. Bruh, my man Trump brought the television in like it was a... Like, do you know when you were in primary school and you'd be gassed because they'd roll the television in? And you'd be like, yes, this is going to be a nice, easy lesson. Trump schooled my man. He was like, have a look at that. Explain yourself. Yeah, I'll tell you what, initially, I'll be real with you. Younger me, in Trump's first term, I thought he was a punk rocker. I thought this guy's pretty punk rock. He's entertaining. It's good enough for me. It's nice to have a businessman instead of a politician. But this time around, it's like he's a different entity, you know. There's a darkness. There's a darkness across politics across the world right now, to be honest, and Trump is no different. But this comment, back when punk rock wasn't about wearing makeup and tight pants, well, that must be the meat between the bread then. Because before the 90s, punk rock wore makeup and wore tight pants. Do you know what I mean? Yeah! That's my history lesson for today, people. Shout out to my man Donald Trump. Send me some money for using your name. This is the promotion you need, Donald. Boy Toy Days coming up. There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Digger. All right. What more needs to be said? Boy Toy Days, let's jump in. I don't know what to expect. Bro, one moment. But I just had to go on pause for a second. Some lady sent me a message, and you won't you won't believe what was in the photo I just got sent. It was pause worthy, people. It was unbelievable. We're getting off to a good start today, people. Come on now. Don't tell my missus, yeah? Let's go. One, two, three.
Back in the boy toy days, you had the jelly bracelets and the crazy waves in your hair. I was burning up for your love with my parachute pants and my sequin gloves. You were
Cheers.
standing on the corner on a Friday night. You had your hair slicked back, telling me it's alright to like it. Back in the boy toy days.
Back in your boy toy days. Back in your boy toy days. Back in your boy toy days. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I feel like such a jerk, but I'm lucky to be alive in my classroom with a smirk. Back in 1985, back in the boy toy days.
Punk's not dead, people. I'm bringing it back today. I'm bringing it back today. Come on. Wait, is all this record flowing? It feels like we could blend this into the third track. No, we finished on a cadence. I thought we were going to use that as a bridge, as an interval. And I thought, ooh, this is definitely going to fuck up my track-by-track listen. Lovely, lovely. Do you know what I like from this band? I would have referenced it on the first track, but I'm going to reference it here. Because I can't turn back time. I like the band's guitar tones. I like the band is a band. And On the first track, Digger, yes, there was a moment where the drums somewhat go out of time, like not click, click, click on tempo, 100% perfect. It was resolute. The majority of people probably wouldn't have even picked up on that. I wouldn't have probably picked up on that if I wasn't paying attention. But that's what I want to hear from music. I don't want to hear him sloppy and shit. Don't get me wrong. But I do want to hear some human in the music. I don't want to hear him doctored to hell and back where everything's just perfect and polished. Especially not in any punk rock adjacent music. So that was a good tune. And I heard that organic value here. That lead guitar tone, you know? It's not a perfect guitar tone, but it's a guitar tone I'd use. So I got to put some respect on that. I'm seeing myself reflected in this act right now. We got Dale coming up next, yeah? Let's keep going. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. Nice easy listen, no doubt this one's going to be. This one's entitled Dale. It's track number 3 of 14. Listening to Powerbait by Digger, and it goes out to my friend Marcus. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. Little bit of the... no comment. Good punk, says Fungi 420. I'll give you a thumbs up, mate. Quality comment. Sipping on a black coffee. I've got water back. You know what this is like? It's a little bit like Less Than Jake. Do you know the bassist? We need to do some more Less Than Jake. We've done Losing Streak. We're going to have to move onwards. Come on now.
Must be something in the water that I drink. Makes me like Dale, Dale, Dale.
Come on, Dale.
Let's put 'em all on an island or some other place. Then we'll just have them destroyed. They know what I want, know what I need. They leave me alone and annoyed. They're making me burn, they're making me bleed. They're down to me, dirty Dale. I'm so sick and tired of meeting girls high off of hairspray, so much hair care.
I'm so sick and tired of meeting girls. So much... What was... High off of hair... High off of hairspray.
Hair care
So much hair care.
and nothing to say. There must be something in the water that I drink. Makes me
Hey, the water's turning the frogs gay, man.
like Dale, Dale, Dale.
Let's go.
They make me tall, they make me short, they make me brown, they make me blue, they make me ugly, they make me cute, they make me go out and kill at night. So sick and tired of being, so sick and tired of being, so sick and tired of being, so sick and tired of being Dale.
Okay. Good tune. Yeah, good tune. Like the verse sections. Yeah, got that nostalgic 90s feel that I got through Losing Streak. I'm very pleased with that. We've got I Want My Hat Back coming up next. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget rest now. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Going through my emo phase here with the fringe. You know what? I'm growing my hair out, yeah? And I'm keeping my facial hair a little shorter than normal. And I'm thinking, well, as long as I keep the facial hair trim, and I lose a couple of pounds, to be honest with you. I mean, I've not been looking after myself too well. But if I lose a couple of pounds, keep the facial hair trim, I should be alright. I shouldn't look too much like a tramp when I get suited and booted. But the thing is, still, even when you're growing the hair out, you got the sideburns and you got the back of the neck, which just, you know, is self-explanatory, really. It's like, do I want to go spend 20 bar at the hairdressers or at the barbers, whatever, just to fucking trim up these tiny little bits, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be frugal, people. I'm trying to look forward to my future, you know what I mean? I watched a video the other day, actually, in regards to inflation just being a hidden tax. Because obviously fiat finance is nonsense, credit is nonsense, the bank doesn't print money anymore, it's nonsense, the bank just gives you a credit on a screen, which, you know, I have a belief, I have a gut feeling that it's not going to be long when they rid that number in your bank account to globalize everything even more so than already is, and then they're going to say, oh yeah, it was, you know, that which should not be named, that's done it, you know. It's taken control! It's taken over! By the way, nobody's got nothing anymore, so you might as well just congregate under this umbrella of this globalized system and this worldwide social currency. World War III is coming, people. I'm telling you, World War III is coming, and you know, Judaism and Islam is going to wipe each other out. Don't ask me how I know these things, right? It's been written. Trust me, it's been written. Do your Googles. It's been written. I Want My Hat Back by Digger is track number 4 of 14. Let's go.
I don't wanna talk to you. You don't seem to understand that.
That's not to say Christianity isn't going to be involved in the Holy War. World War III is coming, people.
Come around my house.
Can you not feel it?
Unless you've got my hat, it's gonna be that simple. I want my hat back. The one with the furry thing on top. I want the red one. The one that you kept in your closet. I want my hat back. 'Cause I got a stupid haircut. I want my hat back. So damn you, I want it back. I don't wanna be your friend. You don't seem to understand that. How can you look me in the face when you know you got my hat? I want my hat back. Well, I want my hat back. The one with the furry thing on top. I want the red one. The one that you kept in your closet. I want my hat back. 'Cause I got a stupid haircut. I want my hat back. So damn you, I want it back.
Let's go. Yes, now sounding like Good Charlotte on this bridge. What's the tune? Bloody Valentine. Oh, I followed him home, and I stood outside your bedroom window, standing over him. He told me not to do what I knew I had to do, because I'm so in love with you. Do. Oh, my love, please don't cry. If you know that song, you'll know exactly what I was on about. I hope.
I don't want to talk to you. I just want my hat back. I don't want to be your friend. You don't seem to understand that. Don't come
Fair play. I want my hat back. A unique perspective on the idea of falling out with someone and not really wanting to be in touch unless they come with the goods. Good tune. There was a spike in numbers on that one. I think more so due to the concept of the song, the topic of the song, the hook of the song. You know, it's unique and it's a good way of sending on to people. Just, I want my hat back, you flipping muppet. Because it wasn't the best track we've heard so far, in my opinion. I think Dale was better. I think Boy Toy Days was better. Lifestyles of the Middle School Lamest. Coming up next. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Lifestyles of the Middle School Lamest is the title of this one. Let's jump in. We'll listen to Digger. Come on now. Kiss my ass, bitch! Congratulations, look at all the fucks I give. Come on! Don't let it die, people. Don't let it die. Don't let it die, people. Thank you for putting me on to some 90s punk rock as of recent, man. It was only yesterday I listened to another punk rock act called Slick Shoes. That was recommended on the Patreon. That was a 90s act. A little more pop punk adjacent, perhaps. And, bruh, 90s punk rock music, I bypassed. Whoosh. I liked the 80s. 90s is like youth crew music and metalcore, mosh music. 2000s start to get a little bit more weird. Get some weirdo punk rock music to the modern day. 90s completely bypassed. The 90s sort of, I don't know. 90s punk rock music always seemed a little bit colourful to me. You know, a little bit soft to me. Because I always wanted to project myself upon this pseudo tough guy entity that fronted like these overtly aggressive bands, but as you get older you kind of see it for what it is, you know, and it just sort of lacks out on that colour, I said. But you don't search for the colour when you're young, because you're just like, well, at least a kid like me, an angry kid like me, didn't want colour. I just wanted black and white and grey and grim, cloud covered, morbid, well, not even melancholy, just grim hatred, you know? And these bands are a little bit too upbeat. These bands are a little bit too joyful. I mean, they're writing songs about high school and, you know, hairspray and shit like that. And I completely bypassed this era. So to be able to actually pay attention to it and listen to it, I'm so out of the loop with these labels and these acts and stuff. I just associate this entire period and this entire sound with Fat Records. Like that's my limitation and boundaries. I just associate it all with that particular label. And flipping, what was Tim Time Bomb's label? Like Black Cat Records or something. What was Time Bomb's record? Speaking of such, whilst we're on the punk rock topic, I heard Tim Time Bomb is like not plugged in when he performs live. Am I right in saying that? Because that's a thing with Agnostic Front. Vinny Stigma of Agnostic Front. I've heard this off of so many people, including people who've seen him live. Vinny Stigma like isn't even plugged in when they perform, and it's like the fuck. And I mean, maybe he is sometimes, but I've heard off of reasonable sources that the guy don't even plug in. And then doing a bit of research, you see the name Tim Time Bomb pop up as well, which I find quite surprising. You know, apparently he's like reeled all the way down, which I guess makes sense. You know, if you're a front man, if you're doing a bit of singing and you're doing a little bit of guitar now, maybe you just don't want to fluff up the performance, you know what I mean? Because it can be tough. Some insider knowledge there, you know? Mic check.
Mr. Finnerty, why do you bother me? Stop your ruler on my desk, I'm trying to take a nap. When they find out, got comics, they call passes. I skip my social studies classes. I stole Mr. Finnerty's glasses. They're so thick. He's such a dick, Mr. Finnerty.
Good relationship between the two guitars. You know what? This next song I'll pay attention to the bassist because I've not really consciously picked up on the bass guitar. So we'll pay attention to the bassist on the next track, The Boot. That was an alright tune. Yeah, that was better than the track that came prior, I Want My Heart Back. I preferred that one. Let's keep going. The Boot is the title of this one. It's a brief one at 1 minute 29 seconds. I put on for my city, on for my city, put on The Boot. Give 'em the boot, the roots, the radicals. We're listening to Digger, Powerbait. Okay, give it the old Powerbait from time to time. You know what I mean. Track 6 of 14. We're going to pay attention to the bass line on this one just to see how it's mixed and to see if the bassist got anything to say. Do you know what I mean? Because we've not been paying attention to the bassist up until this point, so pressure's on. Pressure's on, people. This is high school talent contest right now. Let's go.
Every time you're coming over, I want the night to be over. Two people just can't fit my bed.
Coming up.
So I'm figuring out a way to get rid of you. Do it have to be a hard thing to do? You gotta get
I mean, when them guitars come in, it's over for that bassist, innit? This is a very high-intensity driven guitar record.
me out of your head.
The old 6-string guitars, you know.
Whoa, girl, you got it bad. You got it bad for me.
Maybe it's just my headphones.
You are gonna get the boot.
This guy's crazy. I was commenting on this on the last video because I watched one of his videos once because he does edgy and controversial videos based upon, certain questions or certain bits of information that you'd find fascinating, but, would get looked at funny, sort of questioning in general society. And it comes up first on my related videos. Let me show you what it is. It's making me look bad, man. Look at this. I'm just jamming out listening to some punk rock. And then first related video, I got, my man. Did slave owners breed bigger, stronger slaves? Ken. Calm it down, mate. You know what I mean? Elephants in Rooms is the name of his channel. And I don't know what video it was in particular that had me come across him, but I only watched one video, but the other day when he popped up, we had a look at his last uploaded videos, and he had shit like why aren't women good cult leaders and stuff like that, which is fascinating if you're into that. You know what I mean? I don't think that's too people who find that sort of stuff offensive, I think it's just what the fuck. But whatever the news tells you to be annoyed at, people, whatever the people tell you to be annoyed at, that's why I've opted out. I'm the hermit, me, man. I'm the hermit. I just kick back, lips up, gal, do my thing, Get back!
How can you be so annoying? I don't wanna go out in public because I'm afraid we'll be seen. Whoa, girl, you got it bad. You got it bad for me.
Let's go.
I know I'm gonna have to lie every single time you invite yourself inside. I know I'm
Cool, that was The Boot. Decent tune. Nice to pay attention to the bass line. Give him a bit of respect. I mean, he came out of the gates running there, didn't he? And I just clocked on. Hopeless Records has got 1.39 million subscribers, and I'm completely unaware of this label. I'm going to open it up in a new tab, and I'm just going to have a look at who they've uploaded. I'll be back with you in a second. Just had a look. A load of acts at this point I'm unaware of, at least the last ones they've uploaded. But I did see that they uploaded the music video for All Time Low. Sweet Maria, count me in. I got your picture. That was a timer. You know what? Any girl that was into that sort of music when I was in high school was like heartbreak material, you know? We'll save this for the next video. I'll continue with this. We got Roller Coaster Girl coming on next, yeah? There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in. Powerbait is the record. Digger is the band. 7 of 14 is the sequence of this song on the record. This time listen through goes out to my good friend Marcus, who recommended this on the Patreon. Thank you very much for this, Marcus. It's been a great experience. Plenty of room for discussion and talking points. I'm going to continue on my story that I left at a cliffhanger on the end of the boot. We had a look at Hopeless Records, which is the label that put this record out. And I'm completely unfamiliar with them, but we came across, or at least I came across, because I paused the video, All Time Low, Sweet Maria, count me in. And I just said, back in my day, yeah, when I was growing up, when I was dealing with the surge of hormones that was flooding to every single part of my body, yeah, I adored seeing girls. Girls who were listen to me giggling like the little boy I once was. Those heartbreak, they were too good for me. I was a greebo. I was a sweaty mosher greebo, man. Was a little bit of a scene kid. Did go through a period where I dyed my hair and I straightened my hair and stuff. You know what I mean? I was part of it. I had a bit of hairspray and stuff before I became brutal. But I went on a date with a girl who was called Sarah. And she's got a couple of kids now, so put some respect on Sarah. I would love to use her surname just to really... this is like therapy to me right now. And I went with Sarah to watch Mayday Parade. Has anybody heard of Mayday Parade? I had never listened to Mayday Parade before. I went and watched Mayday Parade with Sarah. It didn't go nowhere. I saw her like 1 or 2 times after that, but we were young and I had no fucking game, man. Do you know what I mean? Like these lot who were running game back in the day, talking about fucking, I shagged her and all this. No, you didn't. I don't know no young lad who's good with women. Full stop. That's a mature man's game. Learning how to engage with women properly in a relatively sober fashion, I think that's a grown man's game. Do you know what I mean? I think the odds are not in the favour of the young man in the dating market, in the value market. That's just the way it is. And I went and I watched Mayday Parade like a flipping simp with this girl. And I'll tell you what, I had a good experience. I'm not going to lie. They were good. They were a good band. And the crowd participation was great. The sing-alongs were great. It was a great experience. I don't remember any of the songs. But that's all I have to say. I went and saw Mayday Parade as a metalhead to try to appease this emo girl who didn't end up giving me no punani. Bad times. Roller Coaster Girl. This song goes out to her. Let's go. I also had a good friend. I sort of dated her, and she was MySpace famous, right? And she put me up. I didn't have MySpace, but she put a photo of me up in like her best friends section on her profile. And she was MySpace famous to the degree where people took my photo and made fake MySpace profiles using my photo. Can you believe it? Good times, eh? I need to do a couple of videos just based on the essence of youth, man, and my creative journey and musical journey and journey through subcultures. I was absorbed in so many different subcultures, man. It was a beautiful time, you know. Nobody was glued onto the internet. People met up on the weekends, and I was just submerged in this vibrant community of all sorts of outcasts, man. It absolutely amazing. Defined me who I was. Someone referencing this as a pop punk band.
Saw you in line for big yellow coaster. I wish I was standing next to you. Maybe we could get some cotton candy. Maybe we could get a candy apple too. Follow you around the park. Whoa.
Whoa!
Live until it's dark. Yeah. Sorry you got so sick. Sorry you got so sick on the Tuesday way.
Fuck, do you still hear that?
Saw you in line for big yellow coaster. I wish I was standing next to you. We could get a candy apple too. Follow you around the park. Whoa.
Alright, check.
From live until it's dark. Yeah. Sorry you got so sick. Sorry you got so sick on the Tuesday way. Maybe we could kiss on the yellow coaster, and you would follow me to the journey to the center of the earth. This park's so big, we only got one day. Tonight you'll get on that bus and drive away. Follow you around the park. Whoa. From light until it's dark. Yeah. Sorry you got so sick. Sorry you got
Lovely tune, eh? Lovely tune. Lovely tune. Very youthful band. Very youthful band. You know, it makes me think of these times that have passed. Or are they actually singing about times that are here now? Like, is this a young band we're listening to here? You know, because they sound mature enough to put a good record together, to have a good sound, you know. So they must have jammed for beyond just the demo stage. Because anybody out there who's made a band knows when you first come together and start writing music. I mean, it might sound good to you, but it's shit. Like the music's shit. And I would know because I had a two-piece thrash metal band. That was my first band. I won't tell you the name of it, but and they were shit. We did one original song, which was an instrumental, and we did a cover of Anthrax's "Caught in a Mosh" with no vocals. We got "String in My Throat" coming up next, yeah. Yes, no, bless now. Don't forget to rest now. Devoted to Marcus, the man that autism out of the way. Yes, autism out of the way. This one goes out to Marcus. Recommended this on the Patreon. It says, check this act out. And I've never come across this act before. I've never come across this record before. I'm enjoying it. I've noticed that the second half of the record, we get a little more material. The first half of the record is a little bit short. The songs come out a fair bit short, in all honesty, in comparison to the second half. I wonder why they chose to do that. I wonder if that was by choice. This is String in My Throat. Let's go. Got another cup of coffee waiting for me. Let's go. Ba-bow.
My heart's heavy like sand. You heat it up and then it just turns into glass. It's easy for you to smash. The wreckage is on fire. Melted and twisted iron. Wood splintered and chipped. 100 nails stuck in it. I choke to talk to you. I choke to look at you. You're a piece of string in my throat. My face is like a map. You see where you are at. An X for you are here between my eyebrow and my ear. A little tiny mole. You see it from up close. A picture of your face tattooed on my face. I choke to talk to you. I choke to look at you. You're a piece of string in my throat. I choke to talk to you. I choke to look at you. You're a piece of string in my throat.
Very good. That was a great tune. Some good groove to that. Some good guitar work. And although I don't really like metal or rock adjacent guitar work in my, you know, straightforward punk bands. I thought they pulled off that riffage quite well. You know, that palm mute, that ding a ding a ding a ding. I didn't think that was, you know, overwhelming to a negative degree whatsoever. Very good. Day in the Life of Joel coming up next, Jess. See you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Day in the Life of Joel is track number 9 of 14 on the album Powerbait by Digger. Okay, let's go. Listening to the whole record, obviously.
Chillin' in Salisbury on the corner of Old Stone. Gotta go out tonight to get some beer. Natalie called me this morning, she was bugging out. I said to her that I don't care. I'm chillin', rolled out of bed, put on my hat, went downstairs, I yelled at my dad, didn't have no butt, so I had to go. Jumped in my car, drove to Texaco. I didn't have my friend, so I got pissed, got on the phone, called up Chris. Sometimes I bought, sometimes I wonder, having I suffered enough, it's just a day in the life of Joel. It's just a day in the life of Joel. It's just a day in the life of Joel. It's just a day in the life of Joel. Got my bait, my rod, gonna catch me some bass. When tonight I hope I catch a piece of bass. Went to Liberty Lunch to get some 40s for my friends. I'm the one with the fake ID. Sometimes I bought, sometimes I wonder, am I having too much fun? It's just a day in the life of Joel. It's just a day in the life of Joel. It's just a day in the life of Joel. It's just a day in the life of Joel. 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 Just a day in the life of Joel.
Just a Day in the Life of Joel. Decent tune, plenty of tempo changes. Quite furious, the guitar work on that fast bit. Sounds like I'm listening to Slayer. Sounds like I'm listening to a Slayer rhythm part. It's Kerry King wanks on that guitar. Wow, 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 wow. I'm curious about the album cover because the way it's laid out, this isn't how it would be presented in vinyl or CD format, you know? 'Cause it's not squared off. So I'm wondering what the physical copy looked like, if there was one, you know? I doubt this was like... I don't know. I don't know. I am curious. I'm curious to see. Because this is like a packaging outlay, like if you were to open a vinyl case up or if you were to look at the back to the front, you know? It's rectangular. Who knows, eh? We've got Big Wheel coming up next, yeah? Great title. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. Big Wheel is the title of this one. We're listening to Digger. This is track 10 of 14. What more needs to be said, my people? Are you ready? 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 This entire listen through goes out to my friend Marcus. Hydrate fast. Just drink water, you know. I heard, well, I didn't hear, I read, which I thought was a fascinating concept, that the main component of living a long and healthy life is the quality of water you consume, which I thought, you know, it's a perspective I've never heard or considered before, but it does make sense. Big Wheel.
Well, I'm stuck here all day, and I
No comment.
wanna go out and play. Well, I'm feeling down and depressed.
Come on.
Ooh, baby! Well, it's time to cheer up
That backing vocal going, hey, really reminds me of Less Than Jake, man.
Only if I were you, you were me, you see, baby. Sometimes it's not that hard. Comes so easy, baby. If I were you, you were
Anybody heard of the band Safe Ferris? That was a great band.
me, you see. All right now, sometimes it's
Safe Ferris and the Dance Floor Crashes, I think they were called.
not that hard.
Didn't get much better than them.
I'm looking out, out for my big wheel. I see it coming down the street. Ooh, baby, I start to cheer up. I start to cheer up, baby. When you took off your dress. Only if I were you, you were me, you see, baby. Sometimes it's not that hard. Got so easy, baby. If I were you, you were me, you see. All right now, sometimes it's not that hard. Break it down. Break it down. On my baby, right around. Only if I were you, you were me, you see, baby. Sometimes it's not that hard. Comes so easy, baby. If I were you, you were me, you see. All right now, sometimes it's not that hard.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Great tune. Great tune. Great standard of quality on this record, you know. There's no downsides. It's not been one bit of filler. It's been a great punk rock record. I don't think this is pop punk, personally. I do understand why somebody would call it pop punk. It's melodic, you know. And if you associate punk with punk, then I can see. But I think punk transformed in the 90s. I don't think punk had an offshoot where it became a different subgenre. I think punk just grew up. Or punk regressed, actually. Because this comes across as more youthful than the old souls that were angsty and aggro and a bit annoyed at these more mature themes when they were, you know, their younger selves and they were rebellion. This is more so just like, as opposed to being old souls, they're youthful in essence. Who knows? What do I know, eh? What do I know? I guess you could consider it skate punk, you could consider it, you know, pop punk, you could consider it all these different things, and I wouldn't disagree with you. It'd be open for discussion. We've got September coming up next. Yes, let's keep on moving. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. Desmond Rocksteadius of Greece signing in. September is track number 11 of 14 on Powerbait by the band Digger. Okay, this goes out to Marcus, who recommended us on the Patreon. Let's keep moving, yeah? September.
We had so much fun, just always in the backyard. You know just what to say, and when I see that expression, if you would say
Cheers.
goodbye, I would be yours too. But I guess we're too weekend. Now what can I do? It gets so dark at night, darker than I remember. Hope everything will be alright. What will I do this September without you here?
That was very Less Than Jake. What song's that? That must be on Losing Streak. That cadence and interval. How influential were Less Than Jake back in the day? I was blown away even by their debut record. The amount of material on it. They did a Rancid style approach to writing records, didn't they? They just put a ton of material on. High quality stuff, great songwriting. Early Less Than Jake's better than early Rancid though.
Your voice sounds like a razor. Should've had a clean shave, but maybe things will turn out better.
Let's go.
When I see you there, it's just another lesson. I remember the fun times we had, but the future just keeps me guessing. It gets so cold at night, colder than I remember. I want to hold you tight. What will I do this December without you here? Peel back the bottle caps and smoke another cigarette. I can't stop my mind from thinking. I know I really want you back, but I'm not ready yet, and I can't get over it while I'm drinking. It gets so dark at night, darker than I remember. Hope everything will be alright. What will I do this September without you here?
That was a great tune. I actually think that descending bit that I referenced, like the Less Than Jake bit, I just think I don't think that was that good. Everything else in that song was really good. Just very pleasing. And I know that sounds silly, because overall it was cohesive. It was nice. But I don't know. I just felt it was a bit anticlimactic. It was okay, but I felt we should have had a big hook at the end of there, an elevation, a one line, higher register, but that's just the inner songwriter speaking there. That'd be the perfect place to have that hook. We've got Geek Love coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. Powerbait is the record, Digger is the band. Track 12 of 14 is entitled Geek Love. Let's jump in. Hopeless Records.
I was wondering what you would think.
I've been considering going into business recent, and I want to do something music related. A lot of great money that probably won't die anytime soon is in music promotion, event promotion, putting on gigs and stuff, but I'm just not the social character who'd be comfortable in that environment under that degree of pressure as far as communication is concerned. But then I thought, why don't you do like a distro or a merchandising firm or something? I don't know what to do.
A stupid guy like me.
Like these dudes with the label, it's nice, but labels are complex. I'll tell you what, the thing is with labels, people don't tell you about labels. It's not black and white. Everything is run different. It's all, one thing, even though I have spent time learning about music law, music creation, music production, live event spaces. I've been around enough people, enough environments to experience different methods of business within music, but the idea of the label has always been shrouded in mystery,
I was thinking
It's never clear.
Real cool to be with a popular girl like you. You don't even look at me in school. What can I do to get you to notice me? 'Cause they always noticed you. I guess I was always way too short. I was never any good at sports. I don't want a letter on my shirt. I don't want to be just like Kurt. I want to be your man. I want to hold your hand. I want you to be my girlfriend. We
I wonder how old these dudes are during the recording of this, because the majority of the lyrical content is about being a teenager in high school. But if you listen to their voice, they sound a little more mature than that. I give a little bit of leeway. I think like in your early 20s and stuff, you're still good writing stuff about that because it's, you know, incredibly marketable. If anyone's buying products, if anyone's supporting bands, if anyone's got the time to really invest and discover these bands, it's the youth, man. Time is old, a tale as old as time, man. If you start a band, you need to appeal to the young generation because these old generations are too distracted, man. They don't want not new.
We could be a team, oh baby. We could be okay. My dream, oh yeah, yeah, baby. That would be so cool. You don't have to tell anybody, you can still treat me like a fool. 'Cause I might just be a geek, but I'm a geek in love with you. Geek, whoa, baby.
And hanging out with John, when you say, oh, I like you, I like you, I like to hang out with you, then you can fucking kiss my ass, because we made plans to hang out. Not to hang out with John, not to smoke weed, to hang out and be friends. You're a fucking scumbag. You're a dirtbag, and you're a dog.
You know what? With the way that ended with the cadence and the sample at the end, makes me think that was the last track on the original record, because this falls at track 12 or 14. That was 3.4k views. I bet there's a steep decline on Ducky's Curse, track 13. Let me just check there. 1.6. These next two songs might be B-sides, if not secret tracks, perhaps. Any comments? Doesn't sound enough like all-time low, you know, that's what he says. Let's finish this record off. We've got two more tunes, Ducky's Curse. Geek Love was good. They went with a little more emphasis on that vocal line, a little harsher of a vocal, a little more pronounced and accentuated. Let's keep going. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. Ducky's Curse is the title of this one, track 13 and 14 on Powerbait by Digger. Let's jump in. This title list through goes out to Marcus. Come on now. Sipping on a Red Bull as per. Caffeinated to hell and back. $1996, apparently this was put out.
Running home to get your call me mommy, and it's so nice when you don't call. Such a loser. I'm giving away my blood to every time when you see there's something wrong with me. I've been laid out flat so many times before. What's one more?
This is a fantastic sound for this band. You know, the band's good at playing fast, but this mid-tempo is something we haven't heard so much, not performed in such a manner. You know, with the elongated vocals and whatnot. The phrasing of the vocals are very good. This is a really good sound for this band. This like verges on the grungy emo that, you know, really picks off. You know, on my local circuit, you know, get all the kids stage diving and singing along, and you can play punk shows and you can definitely play festivals, you know what I mean? Festival bands.
Someone's got it in for me, just like Ducky. Every time I go to sleep at night, and I see that picture of your face, I'm thinking of my dreams for you, and how they'll be erased. I'm pretty cursed and pink.
Good tune. Yeah, I really like that one. That showed a different side to the band. When we got into the palm mutes and stuff there at the end, it sort of detracted from the point I initially made. But when it's this big wall of sound with the open chords and, you know, this
Say hello to Sophie.
emo-esque vocal, I thought that really suited the band. Let's finish off True Blue. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, finishing off this record. Powerbait, Digger, John Paul Gaultier, Blue Man, I assume. Let's have a look at what they're selling here. It's very homoerotic, isn't it? Come on, what are you selling me? Le Mail. I thought it was called Blue Man. Le Mail. I haven't got this one in gold, but I used to have, I think it was the original Le Mail, because they did a new, an update on it. There's a couple of them. And I always got compliments on it. So, hey, I don't really advise putting any alien chemicals on your skin at this moment in time. You know, I think it is unnatural. And, you know, if you want to smell good for the ladies, just be clean, because your natural pheromones do the job for you. But, yeah, I got a lot of compliments off of this particular fragrance. Not this golden one, but the original one. Very sweet. And, you know, I've tried a couple of fragrances in my time, even Tom Ford and stuff like that, but that Jean Paul Gaultier one, yeah, really good. I don't know if I've signed in on this, but there's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Powerbait, Digger, track 14 of 14. This one goes out to my man Marcus. Respect, one love, Marcus. He recommended this on the Patreon. I don't know if you can tell the difference between me at the start of this record and the end, but I'm starting to become a little bit sluggish now, people. My mental state's starting to deteriorate a little bit, and I don't know why. Do you know when you get a bit tired or maybe a little bit frustrated and, you know, I'm not angry, but, you know, there's a emotional undertone of the way you're thinking, but you don't necessarily know where it stems from. That's where I'm at. In between this, I went and got some food because I thought maybe I was just a little bit hungry, you know. So I went and got some food. I even got myself a little can, but don't tell anyone, people. Don't tell anyone. Got True Blue coming up next. Let's finish this record off, Digger.
Hey! Listen. I've had other guys, I've looked into their eyes, but I never knew love before.
Was this a cover song?
Till you walk through my door.
Very well written.
I've had other lips, I've sailed 1,000 ships, but I'm never gonna let you go, 'cause you're the one for me, baby. This I know, 'cause it's true love. You're the one I'm dreaming of. Your heart fits me like a glove, and it's gonna be true blue, baby. I love you.
Yeah, I think this is a cover, isn't it?
I've heard all the lines, I've cried so many times, but those teardrops, they'll never fall again. I'm so excited 'cause you're my best friend. So if you should ever doubt, wonder what love is all about, just sit back and remember, dear, those words whispered in your ear, 'cause it's true love. You're the one I'm dreaming of. Your heart fits me like a glove, and it's gonna be
True.
baby, I love you. No more baby, true love is true. So if you should ever doubt, wonder what love is all about, just sit back and remember, dear, those words we put in your ear. True love, oh baby.
That was Powerbait by Digger. Let's do a final overview of this record where I'll rate it out of 10 for you and I'll tell you my final thoughts. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Desmond Rocksteadius at King of the Pizzle TV. Picking back being bull. Oh, I'm a little bit tired. Exhausted might be a stretch, given the grand scheme and spectrum of how one can be awake in relation to tired. I wouldn't say I'm touching exhaustion yet, but maybe erring and flirting on the borderline of being a little burnt out. For the day at least, not in the grand scale. So be patient with me, Digger, Powerbait, that's what was recommended to me on the Patreon by my very good friend Marcus, who's put me on some good records. We've had a good run with 90s punk rock bands as of recent on this channel. And in all honesty, bruh, you lot, the patrons, have basically just put me onto 90s as a whole. It's funny because it goes to show how things go with the times. If you dress up like the fashion that was 10 years ago, 1 decade ago, you'd be looked at stupid, be looked at funny. Whereas if you dress up like they did 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it's cool. There's an endless cycle that reoccurs where things are too soon or they're the perfect timing. And I think this happens with music because given I'm a 90s baby, yeah, given that I started to get into music on a serious basis in the 2000s, started to discover and uncover all of it. At that point, the 90s was outdated. The 90s didn't compare in any way to the extremity I was receiving from the 2000s, which was songwriting, from what I was aware, sound production, you know, metal, punk, this, that, and the third. It was all more intense, more in your face, more extreme. Sound engineering was nowhere near as good in the 90s, although now you see it as organic and valuable in the fact that it's very human, you know, and it isn't like overtly technological and polished and garbage like fodder like it is now, you know, given you're with a major label at least. It's not just, you know, factory line crap. So you lot put me onto a lot of 90s, and it's funny because I'll put out polls, or I realised this last year or so, I put a poll out, what's the best music era? All of you love the 90s. All of the people, even though I've not come into this King of the Pit TV YouTube thing doing 90s bands, because obviously I didn't have an understanding of the 90s because I bypassed it. I was just like, the 80s are the best. From there, the 2000s are pretty good. 70s is granddad. 60s is granddad. 80s is cool, rock and roll. And completely skipped the 90s, and then everyone started putting me onto the 90s, and I can see where you're coming from. Honestly, I can see where you're coming from. I think as far as rock music is concerned, in its own way, rock had matured to such a great standard in the 90s. Different to the rock of the previous generations, but as excellent as ever, and I just never acknowledged that. Now I digress because we're talking about this record. 96, I think it was put out, and I just say that because someone in the comment section referenced it being a 96 record. I don't know where this comes in the band's discography, whether it be a debut or not. I should hope it was a debut because lyrically, there's such an emphasis on being teenagers. There's such an emphasis on teenage love and going to school and so forth. And I think there's a little bit of a gap where you can continue writing about those things, because why not? You know, it's an incredible market and it's a necessity. As if you want to be a successful act or even an artist, I would say, you need to tap into the youth, because if you don't tap into the youth, then no grown person's consuming. They don't have the time, they don't have the money, they don't have the resource, they don't have the attention, they don't have the time in the day to do what the youth can do. So, you know, lyrically, very marketable. Now let's talk about the music. The production was good. The production was good. The production was human, you know, from the very first song. I heard him go ever so slightly out of time. And that wouldn't have been picked up on if I was, you know, doing anything other than paying my utmost attention to the first minute of the song to see what this band was. And that came across as brilliant to me because it was organic. It felt good. It felt like a band coming together, doing band stuff and performing very well. Vocals were very good, reminded me of Less Than Jake at times. Drumming was brilliant. The punk bands of the 90s, or pop punk adjacent bands, or skate punk adjacent bands, if you would call them, I'm a big fan of the drums. I don't think the drums get utilized enough in the styles of punk I like, such as hardcore punk music. They don't drum like this for some strange reason. They take it from other areas of punk and then leave this shit out, and I think it's a detriment to a lot of the acts I listen to. Catchy songwriting. Bass line is a bit shrouded because the guitars are ramped so much. The 6-string guitars are incredibly powerful on this record, and it's not a bad thing. The sound overall is really good. But you know, if you're a bassist, you know, it might not be a record for you per se. If you really like the pop of a bass and a nice punk rock bass, just might not be the right record for you. But don't get me wrong, I don't play on great headphones, so maybe the frequency of my headphones just doesn't serve, you know, the bassline purpose, the bass frequency's purpose. 14 tracks. One of them was a cover at the end, and it felt like at the end of track 12, that was the finale of the record. It felt like the end song, so I don't know if the other two were like B-sides, if not bonus material. It would make sense, because 12 tracks serves more purpose than 14. 12 is perfect for an act like this, at least. Substantial amount of material. Good song lengths. Good consistency. There was no filler whatsoever. I'll rate this record a... You know what? I'm going to have to be harsh for this one. Because for the last couple, I've been very friendly. And I don't want to get into a space where I'm being too friendly with these ratings, because I always like to leave a high ceiling for the right time when hopefully I come across that golden goose that just excites me, you know. I'll give it a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's a good record. The teenage lyrics aren't hitting me. They're not connecting me. I'm not the market for that, so I'm going to have to detract for that. And you can say, well, can't you just say they're good lyrics, regardless if they hit you or not? I can do, but good songwriting will try their best to broaden and generalize and add a air of ambiguity to the lyrical content in order to pull more people in. So I've got to let down on the songwriting to that extent to say, you've not brought me into the big picture here. You've not considered me here, which is completely fine. You know, you don't have to. But in this project, listening to this album, I was on the outside looking in, as opposed to being in engagement with the band that some bands do allow you in. They say this song's about you and I want to uplift you and I want to engage with you, you know. Me as a consumer, I'm not here to see the band. Nobody goes to the event to see the band. Nobody goes to the event to see how good the band is doing and wish for their success utmost. Most people go to these events to self-serve because they enjoy it, because they like to feel good, because they like the feeling they receive through the music. It's self-indulgent, but we don't, you know, admit to it. But that's marketing 101, you know? We are consumers. They create a product which we consume. And as a business, they need to create a product that can market to a specific market. And if I'm not part of the market, I'm not going to be as invested in that product as somebody who is. So I'll stick on a 6.5, but this was a good record. Would you call it an underrated band? I guess that's up to you. I'm going to call it a day. Peace.